Hi guys, I'm so excited to be here. I know I've been not posting a lot lately on my YouTube, but I want to start posting once again, and I wanted it to start by giving a live update because I know that the last video I posted was, I think, 4 months ago or 3 months ago. It was probably in the month of September, and that was my wedding video. So I just want to get back, and I want to start by sharing what has been going on in my life for the past 4 months. And yeah, I do have my computer beside me because I am not very good at remembering everything. So I decided to put everything on the computer so I can go step by step with everything that I went through, my emotions, how I felt, my prayers, yada yada yada. So I'm just gonna be yapping. So if you're like me and you like to clean or work or whatever you do around the house, and I like to just put YouTube podcasts or people talking, I rather have an audio of somebody else talking than cleaning with music or working with the music. That's just me. If that's who you are, then hope you enjoy this video. The first thing that I want to say is about my wedding. I truly enjoyed my wedding. It was a small wedding, but I feel like it was so intimate, and I'm sure that there are things that didn't go as planned, but I honestly didn't even feel it. It truly felt like a movie, and I always tell my husband, like, our love story feels like a movie. And I think the reason why we feel like that is because we are not looking for perfection. We are not looking for our house to be perfect. We were not looking for our wedding to be perfect. We were just looking to live in the moment, and everything that led us to having a small wedding. Because I'm not gonna lie, I for the longest when I was younger, I thought I was gonna have a very big wedding, more than 300 people. And after 2022, after my experience, I decided that I didn't want a wedding anymore. Honestly, I didn't even thought I was gonna get married. I thought I was gonna be single for a really long time, and that I was probably never gonna get married. But then I met Trevor, and my perspective changed in marriage. So then he started talking about marriage and how he wanted to marry me. I at first didn't want to, and then eventually, as my feelings grew for him, I decided that I did want to get married. But at first, we were going to elope. We were planning on traveling, just me and him, and the officiant, or finding an officiant in another state and getting married there. But then my parents find out, his parents find out, they didn't agree, so we decided to get a small wedding. And we were like, okay, we're just gonna have two parents, siblings, right? For like both sides, his family, my family. And then after that, my parents started to talk about how we have a few friends that we should invite, my grandma, my aunt. And then I started to feel bad, and I was like, okay, we're gonna have a small wedding. It's gonna be 20 people. It turns out to be that it was 30 of us. So it was 10 more than what I was expecting, or like 15 more than what I was expecting. But it still felt like a very small wedding, very intimate. I felt very loved. Everybody that was there, I did not feel any sense of envy. Everybody was so happy. Everyone enjoyed the moment, and I could feel God's love through them. I was not looking for like a perfect decoration, but the place was very beautiful and everything was included. We paid for them to host the event. They put all the chairs, they put all the tables, they did the food. We were able to sleep there that night so we could travel from there because it was close to New Orleans. And yeah, my parents were very happy. His parents were very happy. Honestly, I feel like everybody was really happy, and it makes me happy to know that that day was not just a wedding, and it's something that Trevor and I were praying leading up to our wedding. We were praying that our wedding was not just a wedding. I feel very happy that that day I could see God's love, people listening to the Word of God through us, through the worship that we had, through the songs that we had. Also, we could see people being restored that day, with freedom. And yeah, it was a very beautiful wedding. Then we went to our honeymoon. We went to Key West. At first, I thought that it was gonna be very busy there because everybody was telling me like, oh, like expect Key West to be 15 to 30-minute wait to every coffee shop. And I was expecting that. I didn't mind because I know that every time that I travel to bigger places or like more population, and I'm kind of used to that. But honestly, when we went there, it was probably because of the time, because it was in September, and usually people travel to those places during the summer. So I'm guessing that it was because of the time that we went. There was literally nobody there. Every time we went to the place, we would get there and we would say like, oh, table for two, and then they would be like, okay, and then we would walk in. It wasn't so hot and it wasn't so cold. I think it was the only like 1 or 2 days that rained. We went there for a whole week. We really enjoyed it. It was very peaceful, and majority of the time we stayed at the hotel at the pool. We were not looking to explore, even though we did go to 3 to 4 places. We went to the beach and we did not like it. So if you want to go to Key West, do not go to Key West expecting to go to a good beach because they do not have good beaches. But it is a good place to just hang out and just, I guess, relax and be away from everything. And since Trevor and I were working very hard for, start a life, we were working every day. We were working overtime for a couple months. So we really enjoyed to just relax and to be in the pool. And we will probably go there another time just to have a relaxed week. So yeah, that was my experience and my feelings about my wedding and my honeymoon. Okay, so the second thing that I want to talk about is the first challenge that we had as a married couple. When we came back from Key West, we had to live with my parents for 2 months. I know, we had to live them for 2 months. And honestly, I love my parents. They were very sweet. They were very supportive. Yeah, supportive. They were supporting us. They have always been like that with me, and I'm very grateful that they were able to support us during those 2 months. It was not part of the plan. We were actually looking for a house way before that. We tried a couple times. Honestly, we were trying to purchase a house since the beginning of this year. In January, I was looking to purchase a house without Trevor at first because at that time we were still girlfriend and boyfriend. We were not engaged. So I was not planning on like adding him to the house. So I was planning on doing it by myself. That didn't work out. And then after he proposed in April, we started planning to purchase a house together. In the month of June, we came to this place. We looked at the house. We looked at the house after we came back from vacation, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think we went to like Austin, Texas on vacation with my family. We came back and we looked at this townhouse, and we loved it. It's a small house, but it doesn't feel that small to us because it's just me and him, and it has 2 rooms. So one is my work room slash guest room. Like when people come over, I slide a bed in there, and the second one is the main room where we sleep. And anyways, it was very difficult to live with my parents, not because of my parents, but I think because of the feelings and the desire to have our own space. My parents have always taught me that as a family, it is good to have your own experience and to be by yourself. It is the way that you build character. It is the way that you have a stronger connection with God as a family, and that way nobody gets involved between either good or bad things around the house. And also because we want to grow our family. Of course, we want to have babies, not right now, but we do want to have babies in the future. And I think what was more difficult for me emotionally was just the waiting time. I'm not the most patient person in the world. So I was texting the realtors and the lender literally every single day. And now that I am done with the process, I honestly feel bad because I feel like I was blowing up their phone every single day asking for updates. It just felt like forever after we signed to start the process. I have heard how it usually takes between 20 to 30 days. And I didn't know that sometimes it takes up to 45 days. And I didn't know that until like after the fact. The thing is, this place for us to get it probably lasts 2 months after I sign. And 2 months before, I was already trying to buy it. But, when you're buying a house, they go through a lot of processes. And at first, they told me that I didn't qualify and my dad was going to try. Then we went to the second lender, and then that lender was like, no, like you can do it by yourself. And we honestly feel like it was God and that put me in that path with her. She helped me a lot, and I truly ask God to bless her in every way, especially spiritually, for her to always follow God's voice. She was truly a blessing for us, and we were able to buy this house. When we found out that it was closing day, I didn't even know. Like, I guess either the email never came through, or I felt like I was giving up maybe, and I just didn't know. I was asleep. My husband called me that morning, and he was like, hey, did you know closing day is today? I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean is today? And he was like, yeah, it's today at 10 or 10:30 or something like that. And I was like, there's no way. So I got up, and at first I was like, I think this is a joke. Like, maybe they got confused, because at that point, I think I was already so tired that I was giving up. And I guess I wasn't expecting to close, and I was just expecting to kind of be done and whatever. So I got up, I got in the shower, I got ready, and then I was calling my lender nonstop. I was calling her, and I was texting her like, hey, is this for real? Like, are we really closing, and why didn't nobody tell me, blah, blah, blah. And then she finally answered the phone, and she was like, hey, like, yes, it's closing day today. When I tell you, it was the fastest I have ever taken a shower and gotten ready and drove 30 minutes or 20 minutes to where I had a closing. Trevor was at work because he didn't know it was closing day. So he was at work. He had to, instead of getting his lunch at 1 or 12, he had to get his lunch time at that time of closing. Even though it was a crazy day and we weren't expecting to close, we were really happy that it finally happened. And honestly, we give the glory to God. It was not us, it was not with our strength, it was definitely Him. Again, like I said, all the doors were being closed. Everybody told me that I couldn't do it, that it was just not possible for me, that I was too young, that I didn't have enough income. Because as you know, inflation, all the houses are very expensive. So they just told us that we couldn't do it because I don't have a stable job. And the reason why I say like that is because when you have a business like me, like I am self-employed, you know that when you have ups and downs with your business, there are months where you have a lot of sales, and then there are months that you have less sales, and it's like that. Like, it's inconsistent. You never know what you're gonna make during the months. But I have been making consistent money, we can say, or my business has been active for the past 3-4 years. So yeah, that was the problem for my side, because I didn't have a corporate job where I would get a check every single weekend or every single week. And my husband has been at this job for a year. Yeah, I think he hit a year this past November. So anyways, like, little things like that were just like throwing us off. And at the end, I truly just gave it to God, and I said, God, like, if it's your will, it's gonna happen. And it happened, and that's why I give Him the glory and I give Him the honor, because only He deserves it. Even if I had the qualities, it's still Him, because He's the one that gives us the qualities. He is the one that gives us the strength to wake up every morning and work. So anyways, I just want to give God the glory for that, for the house that we were able to purchase. And I know that this is just the beginning, and I truly hope that my testimony can be a blessing and encouragement to others like you, and anyone that comes and visit me, for them to feel God's presence. That's what I always say, for God to heal people, restore people at my house, and for Him to do His will in us and through us. Talking about my business, I have been doing it for 4 years, like I said, and I am still going strong. It is my passion. It is something that I truly love to do. I feel like I was called to do this. It has not been perfect, and it has not been easy. especially where I live. We don't have a lot of population like other states where you can find stores and opportunities in every single corner. But at the same time, like I was telling my mom the other day, I feel like the reason why I probably haven't have the growth that I have been expecting is because I have been meditating on myself, and I realized I have probably not been given my all to have those results. And one of the things that I can say is that I don't feel bad, but I do know why I have probably not received the growth is because when you want your business to grow, you have to put the effort in. You have to make it grow by marketing and talking to people and quality and all these other things that require a business. But the most important one, or the one that you need the most, is time. And even though I do work from home and I do have the time, there are times that I have preferred to pray, to read the Bible, to serve my husband, to serve my family, to serve the church, to serve other people. And I don't feel bad about it. And I tell other people all the time, I don't care if my business is not growing the way that it's supposed to be growing. If I know that the time that I'm not putting in my business is the time that I give into God by serving others. And that's one of the things that I want to do this year, is to be more organized. Again, I don't blame social media, or I don't blame my family, or I don't blame other people. I truly know that it's me. It is my responsibility to grow my business. But even though it's not where I want it to be, it is still still in good standings, and I truly love and I thank everybody that is always supporting me, that is always sharing my videos, liking my videos, that is always ordering from me, and that they trust my little hands to do custom gifts for those that you love or for yourself. And if you have any questions about like how I started and how I did it, I think I do have a video about that. If not, I can just make another one. Other than that, I have been posting on TikTok a lot more. My dad always makes fun of me, and he tells me like, oh, there's a TikToker. Or I have friends that tell me like, oh, let me show you my favorite TikToker. And then they show like videos of me and Trevor. And I have been enjoying TikTok. It is honestly very easy to just record anything and edit and post. So it's been very easy and practical for me. That's why I have been doing a lot more TikTok than other platforms. And I love YouTube because I feel like I can express myself more and talk a lot more than I can do in a TikTok. But again, it is easier for me because of time. It is easier for me to do TikToks than to record YouTube every week. But I do want to make it a priority this coming year in 2025. I want to post a lot more, and I have a lot of goals, which is one of the questions that I have, which is what are your goals for 2025? I'm not going to sit here and tell you all the goals that I have because I have a lot of goals, but I will give you two. One, I want to be more active on my platforms, especially YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, if TikTok doesn't get banned. The other thing will be I want to be more active, like physically active. My husband and I have been playing pickleball, which is a way of exercising, but other than playing like a sport or an activity like that, I want to be more active, like going to the gym, more walks. And the reason why is because I have been praying, my husband and I, we have been praying, and we are praying for the right time to have babies in the future. And one of the things that I heard God tell me is that I have to be active and I have to be healthy in all the ways possible before having a little human to pour into. And if you're not pregnant yet, or even if you have babies, I think that's something that you have to meditate on. You have to remember that it's not just a little kid, it's not just a little boy or a little girl, but that is the future generation. And it matters so much what we say, what we do, the example that we have at the house. And I want to be the best example that I can for my future generations, for my future kids. I want them to see God through me, and I want them to know God, and I want them to find God through my example and through my testimony. So two things that God told me, or one thing that God told me, is to be active. And what I meant about two is that I have to be active spiritually and physically, because I have to be healthy physically, but I also have to be healthy spiritually, which is the more important one. When you are healthy spiritually, you can pour into others. But in this case, talking about kids, I want to be able to pour into my kids love, peace, patient. Like again, I'm not so patient, so I need to learn patience, and just like all the fruits of the Holy Spirit. And that is something that I'm working on. I truly want to be the best version that I can be before having a baby, and God knows that, and my husband knows that, and we are working for the next 2 years, 3 years, to be able to be the best marriage that we can be, so we can be the best parents. It sounds so weird. It sounds so weird because I still don't see myself as a mom, but be the best children with God, so we can be the best parents for our children. One of the questions that I have been asked a lot has been, how is marriage life? And it's been amazing in all the ways possible. Just having my own space and be able to be a wife has been very amazing. And that's something that I want you to know before you get married. Or I guess if you are married too, but like I want to be focused on those people that are not married yet. Before you get married, don't be waiting to have a husband, but also prepare yourself to be the best wife. A lot of times we are expecting to receive and we forget to give, but the word says that it's better to give than receive. So it is something that I have been learning, and I have been truly enjoying to be a wife, to cook, to clean, to serve my husband, to watch movies, to hang out. Especially right now that we don't have kids, we get to hang out a lot, and I truly love it. And we got a new puppy, so we have been training her, we have been loving on her, we have been just having a lot of fun. And again, like I said, we've been doing pickleball. I think we have been going for the past week almost every single day because we truly enjoy it. So it's just been amazing to have a best friend. It's basically having like a sleepover every night and hanging out every day. And I miss him when he's at work. I do miss him. There's times that I go out and I like have to do purchases, or I go and visit my mom, or if they need me or things like that. But as of right now, when I stay home, I miss him, but it does give me an opportunity to prepare myself, like clean the house and cook, and just be the best version that I can be by myself and prepare by myself. So when he gets home, I can pour into him that love, and I'm just very grateful to have him. I have 2 more questions. One is, what are you doing tomorrow? And if you don't know, the day that I'm recording this is the 30th. So that means tomorrow we're going to celebrate to New Year's, to enter the new year. And well, I always go to church. I go to church every Christmas and every New Year's. We celebrate on New Year's from 9 to 12. We just receive the year there, praying and just celebrating with family. Before that, we usually just hang out at the house and we eat. We just spend time as family. I do have family from Miami. I have family that just got here from Honduras, and they're living with us, like here in the same state with us, and my grandma. So we're gonna have a full house full of fun and love, and I just hope to eat a lot. I'm waiting for the delicious food that they always make, and I'm just very excited to spend with family and just present our new year to the Lord, because I know that he's gonna do amazing things with us, and I hope that I can continue to preach his gospel. Preaching his gospel is not just when you have a microphone or where you're in front of a crowd. Preaching is your lifestyle, and you talk to people and you hang out with people, that they can see God's will and God's love through you. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow, just hanging out with family and going to church. And the last question is, what are you doing this weekend? I don't know why you guys want to know what I'm doing this weekend, but anyways, this weekend it's very interesting that you asked that, because this weekend I'm going out of town. I'm hoping to vlog while I'm over there, hopefully, if I don't forget. If I don't vlog, there will be TikToks, and you guys know that there will be TikToks. So if I don't vlog and there's not a YouTube video, then go to my TikTok and you will see everything that I did. So yeah, just hanging out with my husband. We're gonna go on a road trip for the first time by ourselves, because the first time we went to Kentucky, but we went with his parents. Even though we went in separate cars, it felt like we were by ourselves, but it wasn't. So this time it's by ourselves. We're going on a road trip, and I hope to enjoy it, and I hope that everything goes well. And that's it. I think that's all the questions that I have. And I hope that I was able to express myself the best way possible. And if you were wondering why I keep looking at my watch, it's because this is the best thing that I have ever thought of. If you want to record videos with the back of your camera and you can't see the phone screen, then if you have an Apple Watch, you can see, and I'm gonna show you guys, you can see yourself through the Apple Watch. And I can hit record, I can hit, like I can zoom in or zoom out. So hopefully while I was talking, it didn't like zoom in and out. And if it did, I'm sorry. But I'm not gonna do this again. So you're just gonna have to deal with the zooming in and zooming out. But yeah, that's what I was doing. So I hope you guys don't think that I was like texting while talking, because I wasn't doing that. I was truly just watching myself. So it could be a good video and that you could still see me and that it was still recording. Because imagine talking for like 30 to an hour and then realizing that you weren't recording. That would suck. And I hope that that was not the case right now. So anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for being interested in my life and what I've been doing. And if you have any ideas of what YouTube videos I should do, leave them in the comment below. You can text me if you have my phone number, or you can DM me, or you can send me a message on TikTok, or wherever you have me. I will leave my social medias at the bottom so you guys can follow me and DM me if you have any questions or any ideas about YouTube videos. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.